Hi, I'm Alice, and welcome to our 12-acre wonderland. When we moved out to our property, I already knew that this was something I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share this adventure from the beginning, and we are 3 months in. I've taken some video here and there, but I've been procrastinating, like big time. So we're not doing that anymore. You guys, we're getting this video done for you, and we're gonna start this adventure together. And that's exactly why I'm doing it, is because I want to start the adventure. I want you guys to be able to see what it's like when you first move onto a property, or what it can be like when you first move onto a property, and where we go, how we get there, and the things that we do to save ourselves some money and maybe even some time. So when I first started watching YouTube videos because I wanted to join the homesteading community, I wasn't finding people like me who were just starting. And I've been watching these YouTube videos for years. We've been wanting to do this for years. We is me and my boyfriend Andy, who's not here right now. You'll see him every once in a while. It'll mostly be me though. We wanted to be more sustainable, live a healthier, happier life. So we bought 12 acres of land. And today I'm going to show you guys our land. We haven't done much since we moved in, but I'll go ahead and note the things that we have done. And you might hear some dogs barking. We've got two, Jin and Solo, and they like to be around their mama, and when mama's not around, they like to bark at her. So we're going to get away from the front window where they can see me and go take a tour of the property. The first stop on our tour is going to be the home of our future chicken coop. You guys are going to see this a lot, especially in January and February, because this is what we're working on first. Well, not first, but now. Our goal is to have chickens sometime at the end of February, early March, maybe April. April would be pushing it to my end of where I want chickens, because I want to buy chicks and I want to raise them. Chickens take from hatching 16 to 24 weeks to become laying hens, depending on the breed of chicken that you get. And we want to have eggs before the fall. So getting chickens earlier is going to give us eggs sooner. Our goal is to get this cleaned out as quickly as possible and set up for chicks as quickly as possible, so I can get them brought over to our property and start raising them, adapting the dogs to them, having them know me, and just all of the things that you need to do with baby chicks to get them ready to become really great laying hens. I can't wait to share that experience with you guys. I have been wanting chickens for so long. This is like a dream come true to me, and it's happening right away. So I'm super excited about this. Chicken coop's going to go. There is an old coop on the property, and I considered using the old coop to make life easier, but the old coop is actually located way over there, and it's butt up against the woods. We have coyotes like crazy down here, and other predators that I just didn't feel comfortable having my chickens that far away from the house. So we decided that our chicken coop would be better off somewhere centrally located on the property. And this old cinder building would be perfect as the base of our coop. It's got a lot of work to do. So you can see there's a lot of trash to clean up. Not from us. We've got, looks like there was a fire out here at some point in time. So I got that to clean up. And then this is the interior of what will be our coop. So we have a door to build, we have a roof to put on, and we got a lot of cleanup to do, along with all of the other things that we need to do for a chicken coop. And then our chicken yard will need a bunch of love as well. We've not yet decided what space we want to fence off for our chickens. Another poultry that we would like to get is guineas, because they're good for pest control and tick control specifically. One of the things that made us fall in love with this property is this beautiful pond, which is stocked. It does have fish. We don't know what kind of fish yet, but it does have fish. And it's got some work that needs to be done, just like everything else around the farm. And the people who lived here before us were not very kind to the land. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of trash everywhere. We want to be good stewards of our land. We want to live with nature, not against it. And that was part of the reason for moving out here. I just want to share with you guys the first project that we ever did on our farm. But when we came out here and looked at this property, the pool had clearly been an oval pool at some point in time that they took out and replaced with a smaller circular pool and left a big hole. So the appraiser said that we needed to have some sort of railing up to keep children from falling in. I joked and said, well, what if we just promise not to have kids out here? It was quite an interesting project to have to do, especially since we did not own the property yet. We needed to do it in order to be able to get financed on it, and the people who lived here before us were not able to afford to do it, so we did it. One of my goals, while it's still chilly out, is to get under the deck and clean it out. We've got just trash under there and weeds and all of the things, but there is also a lot of spiders, and I really don't want to get bit by like a brown recluse or a black widow, so we're waiting until I have a couple freezing days in a row and a little extra time on my hands to get under here and get everything cleaned out. Then you have our banana trees, which it has frozen several times. So our banana trees are completely in hibernation. They're totally dormant and I need to clean them up. We've got overripe bananas on the tree that were not mature to be able to pull off the tree. And then over there to the right of that, you've got our turmeric and ginger field, which needs to be harvested, moved, and just redone altogether. It is December here on the homestead, so we have finally lost most of our leaves on the trees, making it a little harder to identify exactly what we have because there's no leaves on them. If anybody knows what this tree is, I'm super curious because we have several of them and they've got these little berries on them. I tried to identify it. It came up as a pear, but they don't get any bigger, and that tree over there is most definitely a pear tree. We had a couple of pears come off of it just a couple weeks ago and they were good. I'm excited to have that pear tree. So our property actually comes with 3, maybe 4 addresses. This is the one that we live at. And then the location of the old house. This is one of the addresses on our property. These beautiful camellia. I love the camellia flowers. They flower in winter, so they bring some happiness to the farm in the wintertime. The last time this property was used, or this address was used. I'm not even sure. But it is now overgrown. This is actually a lot better than it was when we first got out here. This is one of the areas that we have been working on because we want to get it cleaned up and ready to fence in. And I've been working really hard to get it down. And we're down to this one tiny pile that needs to be burnt and then clean up the area. So this all just needs to be cleaned up and figured out what to do with. We do have roughly 5 to 6 acres of woodland. Having woods is something that I did not know I wanted until the first property we were going to buy. We were about to close on a 5-acre property when they decided they didn't want to sell. So they had a wooded portion of their property, and I fell in love with the idea of having woods. So when we found this and it had about 6 acres of woods, it was so exciting. 6 acres of woods, a pond, all of this beautiful land. It's going to be so wonderful to be able to raise our family here and grow old here and all of the things. I feel so blessed. So I don't know if y'all can see it, but we do have a bit of a fence line over here. It's an old fence line, but at least gives us an idea of where our property goes. Right over here, I found an old deer stand, and this is very close to the corner of our property. So right here, we are looking at the corner of our property. This is the only spot on our property that we have an actual corner to go off of as far as our property lines go. And we do plan on having somebody come out here to survey. So if you have any companies that survey in South Carolina, we're coastal South Carolina, about an hour north of Savannah-ish, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below. I need some suggestions on who to have come out here. I also need somebody to come out here and help us figure out where our electrical lines are and where our water lines are so that we don't screw something up when we dig. The next stop on our tour is going to be the old chicken coop. Now this kind of ties into the next video I'm going to be doing about resourcefulness on the farm or on the homestead. But being resourceful is super important. It saves you a lot of money and it saves you a lot of time. For us, we have to go almost an hour in any direction to get any major materials. Here in town, we definitely have some things available, but Andy's actually gone right now, returning a piece of equipment that we had to rent from Home Depot, and the only Home Depot that rents that to us is it's about an hour and a half away. So this is the old chicken coop. It's in great condition, actually, considering the fact that it hasn't been used in years. And we thought about just moving it, but it's in there pretty good. So we are going to disassemble and utilize a lot of the things in the coop for our sturdier, more predator safe coop that we are building. Every single time I walk back here, I find something new. Something I didn't see before. Some square cinder blocks, some broken cinder blocks. This sadness can be found in so many different places on our property, and it really makes me sad just to look at it because A, it's a lot of work that I'm going to have to do to clean it up, but B, it is just sad to me to see that there were people who lived here who were not good stewards of the land, when our goal is to be a very good steward of our land and to care for it the way that it cares for us. So we've got a lot of cleanup to do, and it's going to take some time, but you guys get to go along on that adventure with us. So I do have some video footage of this. I do not have all of the video footage of doing this project. And I know Andy took some pictures and things like that, so I will definitely insert them when we release this video. Look how level it is. It's not perfect. We weren't going for perfect, we were going for good enough. It is so nice. And you can see, if you look at the land, how it slopes down into that hill, and the slope starts off pretty high up and it slopes back down into the woods. So we needed to make sure we could put that tent there just to keep everything dry. I am standing right now where my garden will be. When I say there's a lot of work on this farm, I'm not kidding. This was address number 3, and there was a trailer home sitting on the front of this address, this property. This is our second parcel, but it's fenced in except for the front, so it's a lot of fencing that we don't need to purchase, buy, or put up. From what we can tell, the people who lived here were either breeding dogs or ran a kennel of some sort. I have no idea. But there are a ton of little dog houses on this little piece of property, and it was just way overgrown. So we've actually taken down quite a bit of it since we moved in, and I can walk through it now, which is something we couldn't do to begin with. I can envision exactly what this is going to look like next year. Right now, I know many people who would look at this thing and I was crazy. But it's gonna be amazing, and I cannot wait. These are the things that plague me, you guys. We have so many red ants. I'm pretty sure this mound is dead, but they are just everywhere. And of course, we've got some trash to clean up in here. So it's not like I can just take the lawnmower and come in here and mow it all down, because they left us a disaster. And a couple kitchen sinks and bathroom sinks. Literally, they left us everything, including the kitchen sink. This is our property line right here at the trees. I bet you this one's alive. Yep, see? That is alive ant hill. I hope you all enjoyed the tour of our 12-acre wonderland today. I've got some work to do, and we will be back on Friday with a video about being resourceful and how to save a little bit of money as you're getting started on your homesteading adventure.